It's time for Home Loans Radio on Real Radio with that mortgage guy, Don. Join the conversation. Text us at 77031. Now, here's that mortgage guy, Don.
Hey. Good morning. Welcome to the Home Loans Radio Show. You are here listening to us do what we do every single Saturday and Sunday morning. Every single weekend, right, MJ?
That's right.
I'm here with my crew. I've got MJ and also the Fritz man here in the house.
Soy estado unadense.
El Poblano es bueno.
Sí.
I think I said that's a good pepper, but that's okay.
So.
I don't know. I took Spanish in like high school and middle school, but a lot of that doesn't stick with you. How about you, Fritz? Do you take languages in school?
Sí. Yeah, Spanish for like 4 years.
Yeah. Well, good. Well, welcome to the Home Loans Radio Show. We are here doing what we do every single weekend morning. It is a live show. You can text and participate at 77031. It is the sunny last weekend in August. Hot summertime going on out there. And what do we talk about here, MJ?
Ooh, we talk about mortgages.
We talk about mortgages and home loans and how to buy a home, how to sell a home, how to get financed for a home, how to refinance. If you've got, you want to take some cash out, you figured it's time. Finally, I'm going to build that swimming pool, or you've got some equity in your house. A lot of people have a lot of equity right now,
right?
Because property values have really gone up over the last year or two. Just in the last 12 months, the average property value in Florida has gone up around 15%.
How do people find out about that?
Well, you can, there's some resources online, common ones
Just
that people have heard. Yeah, like it's not going to be exact. It's not going to be the same as what you get on an appraisal. But
when
it's
the wizard visits the oracle on the mountain and delivers him 50 acorns in a paper sack.
I brought you the tears of 2 newts. How much is my house worth?
All right, well, I'm down for all that. You can go to homeloansradio.com and click the button that says Ask Don there and bring your newts and gypsy tears and whatever else it is you want. But yeah, you can look it up. You can also talk to me. We can look at comps that have sold in the area. But basically, when you do an appraisal on a house, they're looking at the value is determined by what other homes like yours have sold recently.
I see.
And it kind of drills down to the nitty gritty of how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms. It has to have the same amount, the age of the house, square footage of the house, amenities of the house, and how updated it is. There's different condition levels on appraisal. It could be like a condition 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. 1 is like brand new construction, like nobody's ever even lived there before. No one's ever even like washed a dish or took a shower or anything like that. So that's a condition 1. Condition 6 is so rough that it's pretty hard to get it financed. So that's one that's kind of fallen down. And most people that have a house, they've had for 10 or 15 years are going to be in that C3 area. So that's kind of what you're looking for. Basically means that your property is in good shape, it's well cared for, it's updated. And so when they compare 3 to 6 local sales, that's how you come up with the actual value.
And Zillow sometimes, you've told us, doesn't recognize pools, or they get bathrooms wrong. I mean, Zillow always gets something wrong in my house when I look.
Yeah. What kind of things do you see wrong?
Bathrooms.
Like the count of how many?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can go on there and correct it as the homeowner. If you can show that you're the homeowner, you can go on there and correct it.
How do you incorrectly count bathrooms?
I don't know. They just don't have the right information, I guess.
I don't know where they pull it from, but see, sometimes, so like when you're looking at the bathroom count of a house on, say, on an appraisal or an official record, it's a little bit weird because you may have, let's say you have 2 full bathrooms and a half bath. It's going to say 2.1 bathrooms, like on the official records. So they don't call it 2.5 baths. They call it 2.1 baths. So I don't know why that is, but yeah, I think that translates, sometimes doesn't translate real well to the electronic sites like Zillow and Trulia and Redfin and others that evaluate properties. Most of them just use some sort of algorithm that looks at other homes nearby, similar square footage, plus or minus a couple hundred square feet, similar bedroom, bathroom count, and then it just kind of averages them. I don't know what their exact, algorithm is, but it gets you pretty close. But like you said, MJ, it doesn't see things like it doesn't know if you have a water view. It doesn't know if you have a pool even. Right. Yeah, it doesn't really count those from what I've read on it. So you can get a pretty good idea of what your house is worth. But a lot of people are taking equity out. It's a great time. I had a client this week that decided they're ready to get a pool. Their equity had gone up in the last 2 years over $100,000. Wow. So they're taking out 60% of that, just what they've gained in equity. and taking out $60,000 and getting their rate lowered. They were at about a 4.5 rate. They're down to on the new loan right at 3%. So they're walking away with $60,000 cash in their hand, and their payment went down $85.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty astonishing what you can do. A lot of people are taking advantage of that. So if you have any questions on how to do a refinance, how that works, what the process is, you can do a couple things. You can text us here during the show. We'll answer your questions at 77031. You can also go to the website at homeloansradio.com. There's a button there that says Give Don a Shout. You just click that, and it allows you right there on your phone or device. You can record an audio question, and we'll play those on air and answer. Yeah, amazing technology. And also, if you aren't able to text in your questions during the show, you can go there anytime during the week to homeloansradio.com. There's a box there that says Ask Don. Send me any question you got about mortgages or home loans. I answer all those myself. They come right to my email. What's going on in the world of mortgages, MJ?
Oh, I don't know. Tell me.
I'm going to tell you.
Tell me.
Hold your fears. Well, we've got the rates are still low. We're at still kind of record lows for the year. We're back to like where they were last year. If you're well qualified, you can still get a 30-year loan on a conventional loan in the twos, down around 2.875. On 15-year loans, it's in the low twos, 2.25, two right around there. And in FHA and VA loans, even on their 30-year loans, they're in the twos, the high twos, 2.6, 2.75. Saw an article this week. Bankrate.com did a big survey and talking about asking questions about homeowners about whether they've refinanced or not, why they refinanced, why they haven't refinanced. One of the things that was really surprising to me, and they were looking at people that have rates above 4% as someone who's eligible to refinance. And they said that over the last year, like during the pandemic time and now while we've had record low rates, what percentage of people would you guess refinanced over the last year or two? 12, MJ?
I would say
12.
Do I go under or over? I'm going to say 20%.
Yeah, 20. Ding, ding.
Oh,
for
my
Fritz.
God. I'm the smartest man alive.
We knew that already.
Actually, only about 26% of homeowners that could refinance and get their mortgage at least a point lower have actually done it.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Don't know.
That's
People just have money to burn, right? Yeah, if you're a point higher on a $300,000 loan, you could save almost $180, $190 a month. And that's on a $300,000 loan. On a higher, you're going to save more. On a $200,000 loan, you're talking about $150 a month, most likely, that you could save. If you've got the credit score and you can qualify for a good rate. Even if
people can change their term, that's the huge thing to me. Is
Yeah.
that you can chop off years and years off that mortgage.
I had another client I was looking at late yesterday, after hours yesterday. They had a 30-year loan that they took out 3 years ago. So they have 27 years left on it. Their payment right now is about $1,650 a month. Their choices were to do a new 30-year and get the payment down to about $1,000 a month, so saving $600, or they could do a 20-year and get the payment down to around $1,400, or they could do a 15-year and get it down to around $1,500. So no matter what term they chose, they lowered their payment from where it is now.
Wow. And
they shortened the term. So you could take off 10 years of a mortgage payment. And if, that's 120 months of payment. So if your principal and interest on that is $1,000 a month, you're saving $100,000 by making that move. So then in their case, they were able to save over $100,000 and lower their mortgage payment. It's like such a huge win. The survey that we were talking about, though, they said, they asked what the reasons were that people weren't refinancing. What do you think? Take a guess at what the number one reason is that people would pick. That they're saying, it's not worth it. I'm not going to do it.
I think it costs a lot of money.
That is one of the top five. That's actually number two. Oh. What do you think the number one answer is?
They're going to get a divorce.
Well,
because of the pandemic and all.
That damn pandemic.
That is one of the answers. Also, it's like situations about to change. Their marital status, or they're going to sell, or they're going to move, or they're relocating. That's one of the reasons. But that's only about 12% of the people. The number one answer is people think that it wouldn't be worth their time. They're not going to save enough money. That's 32%. of the people say, I don't think I'm going to save enough money.
How much time do they think it takes?
It doesn't really take a lot of time. Yeah.
How much time do they think it takes?
4 years.
Classic.
Although I did have somebody tell me a nightmare story that they had this week where they've been working on a refinance with another company, not us, since January.
Wow.
Since January. It doesn't take that long. It takes like 30 days to do a refinance. The second reason that people don't refinance, they think that the closing costs are too high, that they're not going to recoup them quickly. But I would say if you're in a case where you're lowering your rate a point, you're going to recoup your closing costs usually within a year or two. So if you're planning to be there more than a year or two, you're going to make that back. So that's not really a good excuse. And the other was that it is too much paperwork. It's too hard to do. It's too much hassle. That one was about 25% of the people said that was their reason. Well, I got news for you. Yeah, well, it may be in some cases, but not with us. I mean, we have it set up so you can do everything digitally, everything online. You know, you can go to homeloansradio.com. You hit the apply now button. We put together a quote. We email it over to you. If you like what you see, we email you the documents. You can e-sign them. Everything can be uploaded to the portal. It's all, you know, you do it all from home at your computer. It's not like you got to take the day off of work or go set up an appointment with us or what have you. So it's gotten a lot easier. It used to be you had to do it. You used to have to do mortgage applications in person at one time. But it's got and have them, you know, ink signed, but everything can be done online now. So
you still have to collect some paperwork, right?
Yeah, you still have to do, it depends on the type of loan, but there are loans that are easier documentation than others. In some cases, you know, if you're a W-2 employee, we may not even need the tax returns. You might be able to just supply your W-2s and a couple of pay stubs. If you're not bringing any cash to the table, you don't really need bank statements or anything like that. So it can be very streamlined. The harder ones to do, frankly, are people that are self-employed.
Right.
Because you got to document everything with self-employment is done through your tax returns, through profit and loss statements. You're going to have business tax returns. You're going to have personal tax returns. Those are the more complicated ones, but they're still doable. But the question is, you know, if it saves you $2,500 a year in pure interest, that's just money you're giving to the bank. It's not getting you anything. It's not helping you at all. Maybe you love your bank. Maybe you love your bank and you just want to give them extra cash so you can make sure that they're well situated in the market, but you don't need to do that. You can go to homeloansradio.com, hit the apply now button, and you can also text us. Do so. We're here. We're live. We're going to answer your questions on air. We've got a few coming in.
We do. Also, I love to hear what you're doing out there. Let us know what you're doing.
Yeah, tell MJ what you're doing. I did want to mention, we were supposed to be doing today.
Right. We're supposed to be drinking beer in an hour.
Right.
Yeah,
we were supposed to
be
go
getting day drunk.
Right. I mean, like morning day drunk.
Well, you don't have to get drunk. You can have a beer.
Okay.
Okay, Dad.
Okay, Bob. Fritz, you and I'll do our own thing.
I'm not saying that I wouldn't or couldn't, but you're not required. It wasn't a requirement.
We understand.
No, we were supposed to have the Monster Brew Bus today, and I sponsored it. We were going to have 100 or so listeners on a couple buses. We were going to go to breweries out in Claremont and Sanford and South Orlando and have a good old time. And but I think they made the right call. They postponed it. It was supposed to be today, and
Absolutely.
when we planned it, COVID was like heading on the downside.
Well, people were getting vaccinated, and everyone was hopeful.
People were vaccinated. The Delta variant had not done this crazy
really
surge like it is now. I mean, Florida set again. Week after week, we're setting records right now.
We got extra morgues this week.
I saw that. Event Health said that they officially have no more morgue space in their regular facilities, so they're having to bring in trucks and stuff like that. That is crazy.
Several refrigerated trucks.
And that's but they're also saying that funeral homes are backed up.
Yeah.
We had this week, well, on Friday, we set a new record. I think it was 27,000 new cases in Florida in one day. And for the week, we set a record over 150,000 for a week.
And it's people who are young, folks.
Yeah. A lot of people are in the hospitals are younger. They're saying it's a higher percentage than ever that are below the age of 39. So
I know 2 29-year-olds who've been in the ICU in the last 2 months.
Wow. Yeah.
29.
So we've decided that it's better to be safe. We postpone the brew bus. We'll get to it. Don't wait. You'll get to drink beer with MJ and Fritz and me sometime down the road. But I think it was the right thing to do to postpone that. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to answer those questions you're texting in to 77031. We'll be right back.
Hey, this is Deborah Roberts from The Jim Colbert Show, and you're listening to Home Loans Radio on Real Radio. Now, back to the show with that mortgage guy, Don.